Now arriving at Lilydale.
Lilydale Station is a final station on the Lilydale line. It's a skyrail island platform, and being the end of the train line, you'll often see your train just waiting and sitting there. Sometimes you'll even see two trains waiting and sitting there, as the frequencies are actually somewhat decent on this line for once. When the trains aren't blocking your view, you can actually get a decent view of the mountains way off in the distance. Thanks to Skyrail, you can usually get decent views. It's one of the good benefits of them. And another advantage is, if you walk to the very end of the Skyrail, there's a separate stairs and elevator which will take you to the other side of Main Street, meaning you won't have to cross the road should you need to cross the road, saving passengers the time of having to walk down and use traffic lights. So it gives you the option of which side of the lights do you want to be on when you get on your train, which is always useful. As said, it's a Skyrail station. It was converted to do so in 2021. Up until then, it was a normal flat station, and you can still find that old station in the parking lot. If you just follow the Skyrail on into the parking lot, you'll find the old station is still there. It's actually fairly decent, and they've made the area into a nicely decorated parking lot and kept the building alive. Although it is fenced off, it is heritage listed. I always enjoy whenever we have a Skyrail or trench station. I always enjoy when they decide to keep remnants of the station. Sometimes they'll keep as much as possible. Sometimes they'll just keep little fragments of maybe the building or something. Sometimes they don't keep any of it. But it's always nice that this was here. Also, technically means the station kind of moved slightly to a different part of the road. Elsewhere at the bottom of the station, you'll find a bus bay with quite a lot of buses extending further out east into various eastern areas, including even a coach that takes you all the way to Mansfield, meaning this is one of the rare times a coach originates at the end of a metro train line, which, that doesn't usually happen. Coaches usually originate either from V-Line stations or just from Southern Cross, but here you can go to Lilydale and then get a coach to Mansfield, or just get buses to far out places like Warburton. So again, it's usually the connecting point to further out eastern places. Lilydale itself is a very hilly area. I will warn you, if you're somebody who's okay with walking, be prepared for hills as you wander up Main Street looking through the shops. There is plenty of shops to see, restaurants and whatnot, so it's a pretty good populated area. And as you're walking, you walk across various bridges and rivers and whatnot, so it's a good view, and the hills constantly break and provide good scenery and off in the distance, so I enjoy that. But if you're not in the mood for shopping, just follow those nature trails and bridges all the way down to Lilydale Lake. It's a beautiful lake. You get to wander through nature trails walking on your way there. There's recreational areas like a bike path and a go-kart area and whatnot in the area. And then the lake is fairly big with little islands in the middle. If you find a nice day, it is absolutely fun to just enjoy it. Like, if you're somebody who enjoys looking at lakes, it's great. I've often seen, when I went there, there are oftentimes people recreationally using canoes in the lake. So again, it's a great place to go look at if you like looking at a lake. It's not the middle of nowhere, so there is shops and places to see. It's a populated area too. So, while some of the end-of-line stations we've been to have had nothing, this is a time where the station itself is rather nice looking, because Skyrail is usually nice to look at. They retain the old station, which is also nice. I enjoy the fact that they keep the old and the new. It's got plenty of active transport, plenty of shops, so it is something to do. But if you want to break away from the shops, there's plenty of walking, nature trails, and rivers and lakes to look at. This might be one of the best end of lines we've actually had so far. Some have been completely boring stations, some have just kind of been, public transport hubs, but this is kind of a bit of everything. A nice station, public transport, a good lake, and good in nature to go look at, which is away from the main street. The main street itself has plenty to look at, so honestly, this is a really nice station. If you enjoy Skyrail, great. If you enjoy good views, great. If you enjoy nature, even better. If you're looking for just shops to do, which is great if you live in the area. So honestly, this is This is an underrated section of the line. A lot of other end of lines get a lot of discussion for what could have been off in the distance or how cool the station might be, but this is one of the most practical ones where you're here for a good reason, and that's one with the reason I enjoyed it. I enjoy going to places and finding peaceful nature trails. I always love doing that. I always love finding lakes and things to look at. Lakes are just so nice to look at. So again, if you enjoy nature trails and lakes, Lilydale itself is worth a visit for that reason. If you haven't been to Lilydale Lake, go to the station. It's a little bit of a walk, about 15 minutes, but you get to wander through a nature trail on your way there. And also there's main streets with shops. Again, be warned, there's a lot of hills, so if that's something you struggle with, be careful, but otherwise, I enjoyed it. I very much enjoy this area, and it's a place I haven't been to very much. But again, I enjoy skyrail, I enjoy the lake, I enjoy nature. So again, if you enjoy nature, come to Lilydale.